How's it going, y'all? Name's KGOKev, and I'm here with another one of these detail videos to talk about some things you might have missed in Chapter 3 of Your Turn to Die. Both parts of Chapter 3 are filled with lots of foreshadowing, missable content, and determinate features based on your choices from the previous chapter and decisions that alter the outcomes for both story and characters. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to Chapter 3, and for this video, we're gonna be focusing on details related to the Dummies, the doll characters added in Chapter 3 that are not only amazing characters that get you super emotionally attached to them, not unlike the humans, and are arguably the best part of 3A and 3B. With all that said, let's get into it. 5 things you might have missed in Your Turn to Die Chapter 3, Dummies Edition. Die! Number 1. This is some mad crazy foreshadowing right here, which was established in Chapter 3A. The Russian roulette minigame, hosted by a painting of Meister from way back in the first chapter, had both real bullets and fake quote-unquote dummy bullets. The 6 dummies are referred to as such, not cause they're crash test dummies or cause of the doll factor. No, it's because they themselves are the bullets during the banquet. Another parallel, assuming Midori is considered a doll, because we don't get a definitive confirmation with a hint during the banquet, we would have ultimately 6 dolls and 3 humans, 6 fakes and 3 real people. Just like how the first Russian roulette had 3 real bullets and 6 dummy bullets. The 1-1 roulette is basically practice for the banquet. And yeah, no one really seemed to catch this detail or make the connection about the dummies at the time of 3A's release, but now, it all makes sense. Why are they called dummies?
All stupid or something?
Number 2. During Chapter 3A, Midori has a line when you explore the 5th floor, claiming possession of a gun with 4 bullets. He then goes on to state, "Don't worry, if you win you can cheerfully advance to the next floor, but I'll try my best to make it 1 shot, 1 kill. I want to take at least 4 people with me." At the time, it's a line you don't really think about, as he does produce a gun during his fight with KG. Of course now, with the context of the banquet in 3B, which is a callback to the Russian roulette minigame in 1-1, his dialogue is significantly more chilling, and may have foreshadowed the ultimate outcome. Cause yeah, at least 4 people died during the course of 3B. And during the banquet, the deaths were indeed 1 shot, 1 kill. Math is scary. And way too many people had to die just to take out the stinky boy. Leave a like or I kill this geen. Number 3. Naomichi Kurumada, aka Man Literally Too Angry to Die, has 2 sets of sprites that are dependent on the outcome of the first Maple fight during Chapter 3B. Can you spot what's different between these 2 images? He will become damaged during the fight no matter what. To what extent, however, is based on whether you succeed or fail. The difference in damage includes him now missing an eye, and his donut hole being much bigger. The damage extending up to his bara titties.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
His status screen is altered as well, to note the more broken state that he's in. Let's write a damaged on his forehead. The other consequence of failing the first Maple fight is that it will also cause an early death for Kurumada, right before the banquet, on both the Kana and So routes. He died as he lived. Chillin'. Number 4. Speaking of early deaths, every dummy sans Hinako has the potential to die before the banquet in Chapter 3B, on both the Kana and So routes. I already mentioned in a previous video Anzu and Hayasaka's early deaths during Chapter 3A, which if you carry over your save of 3A into 3B, the game will actually keep them dead. Starting 3B from the chapter select has them alive by default. The determinant fates for the other dolls occur in Chapter 3B, starting with Kurumada as we mentioned before. Ranmaru's early death occurs if you fail to complete the electric charge minigame. Right before you battle Midori's robot waifu Maple for the 2nd time, he causes Ranmaru's fluffy mop head to explode, much to the chagrin of all the Ranmaru fans, especially Keigo Sis. It's like putting a Furby into a microwave. As for Mai Tsurugi, she can die if you fail the 2nd Maple fight, in which Mai gets penetrated by Maple through the boobies. Nice! The only dummy without an optional early death is Hinako, as her death during the banquet is both scripted and plot relevant for obvious reasons. One section in particular people found really difficult during the banquet was Section 6, Who's the Human? As during this part, all the dummies pitched in with their different opinions, making it really hard to figure out which one was the right one to choose. When everyone is dead, however, yeah, I'd say that's probably a bit easier. Having the dummies dead changes things a good amount. Not only does it make the game feel a lot more lonely, you'll also miss out on key details that require certain characters to be alive. The chilling CG with the reveal of Mai's hands, for example, doesn't occur if she has perished. The info instead just sort of being mentioned offhandedly by Kyutaro. The banquet becomes quite anticlimactic as a whole, as the tension of killing the different dummies is absent, since everyone is already f***ing dead. You can see all this in action during my Kill All the Dummies stream, where I intentionally got every single one of them killed, hence the name. Everyone died! Woohoo! That was a pretty fun time. Thinking about it, they all basically died during the banquet anyway, so rather than keeping them alive just to have them die one by one, just kill them all off early and save yourself the trouble/emotional trauma. Everyone died! Number 5. You have the ability to save one of 3 possible dummies during the events of the banquet: Mai Tsurugi, Naomichi Kurumada, or Shinsuke Hayasaka. I've seen many people confused on how you get each of the different characters to be your sole survivor in the end, thinking that it's random or dependent on other factors outside the banquet. Your decisions within the banquet, that being your hints and selection of coffins, are what determine your overall outcome. And yeah, it is a little complicated. It's a whole freaking process actually, but I will do my best to explain the specifics. The first hint that you use on any of the 5 glowing coffins will always glow red, signifying a doll is contained within, no matter which of the 5 that you are able to choose. That coffin you selected will correspond to Shinsuke Hayasaka, and will continue to carry Hayasaka going forward through the rest of the banquet. When it's time to pick a coffin to sacrifice, the 2 characters who can be killed during this choice are either Hayasaka or Kurumada. Mai cannot be selected until the second round of voting. Hayasaka will be destroyed should you select the coffin with the red hint. Kurumada will be the one who's killed if you choose any of the other 4 selectable glowing coffins, as he is scripted to be contained in any of the coffins except for the one that you use the hint on. This also means that if you reload your save after killing Kurumada and choose any pickable coffin, the coffins will bend space and time, altering themselves and their contents within, and will always contain Kurumada, cause the game and Naon Kerai all hate you. This is some bullshit! There's actually 8 Kurumadas and 1 Hayasaka in these coffins, believe it or not. Having Kurumada die and Hayasaka survive will leave Hayasaka's fate to be determined in the next vote. If Hayasaka dies and not Kurumada, Kurumada is instead guaranteed to be your surviving dummy at the end of the chapter, assuming, you know, that he's not already f***ing dead. For the second round of voting, who is able to be selected is dependent on the results for the first. Your second hint used on a glowing coffin will always be Mai Tsurugi. If Hayasaka survived the first round, he will still be contained in the first coffin you used a hint on. You also get to see a new sprite from him, and get acquainted with Glassesless and/or Chad Hayasaka. If Kurumada survived, you unfortunately miss out on Chad Hayasaka. And Kurumada himself will not factor into this second vote as a selectable candidate whatsoever. During this vote, you are only able to choose coffins that have had their contents revealed, aka only coffins with red hints. With Hayasaka alive, the choice becomes 50-50, as you can select either the first hint coffin and kill Hayasaka, or the second hint coffin and kill Mai instead. But I'm hot now! Whichever of these 2 you do not choose, whether it's Mai or Chad Hayasaka, that character will go on to be your survivor at the end of the banquets. If Kurumada is alive, however, as you are only able to pick coffins with hints during this vote, with Hayasaka dead and the second one you just revealed to contain a doll, aka Mai, only Mai can be chosen, and therefore is guaranteed to die, securing Kurumada's spot as your sole survivor. Anzu, Hinako, and Ranmaru will always die by the course of the banquet, no matter what. They are scripted to be chosen at the specific intervals of the game and cannot be saved through alternative means. I guess, you know, by maybe not playing the game, but that's silly. I hope my explanation made things clear. It is cool that you do have the ability to save one of 3 of the dummies, unless you're a degenerate that murdered them all like I did. Though it is a shame you aren't able to save the other 3. I know lots of Run Sara fans really wish there was an extra bad ending for the pair akin to the Now and Sara lesbian ending. That said, let me know which doll you guys got as your survivor in the end, and which of the dummies do you guys think should survive the most. I got Mai as my survivor, and I'm 100% on board with that outcome. I feel it's pretty narratively satisfying and also delightfully tragic irony, since she was the first doll who attempted to kill, got major character development, and ends up being the sole survivor. Also going hand in hand with the Kyutaro sacrifice reveal, which, yeah, I'm a sucker for star-crossed lover kind of stories. Beauty and the Burger Beast, y'all. And with that, that's all she wrote. Thanks for watching, yo. Let me know in the comments what you thought about any of the stuff expressed in the vid, if you might have missed any of these things yourself, or even which dummy is your personal favorite. I'm gonna be making some more of these kinds of vids, cause there's a ton of stuff in Chapter 3 to talk about. I got a whole list of things just mapped out, and yeah, hope you guys look forward to them. Leave a like for Botsun, comment, click the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys later on my next video. This is KGOKev, signing out. Peace out for now.